Alrighty, we got the SV40 at 100 hours, and so we're going to replace at the 100-hour mark the travel gear oil in here. And I mean, this is something that's real simple. You can do yourself. You just need a hex bolt. On the wrench. And let's see, what size is that? An 8 is what fits on this one for the SV40. And you want to line your holes up so you got the middle, of course, is going to stay in the middle, but then you got your drain plug that's going to go down at the bottom, and your fill plug that's going to go up to the side there. Take them all out. Make sure you clean off real good around there before you open it up, because you don't want any dirt getting down in there. So clean off real good around there. And so we scraped out all in there as best we could, blew it out, brushed everything off, so you don't get anything in there. So we'll take these out, all three out, drain everything out into your wife's best roaster. Now I would not suggest that. If you can get just an old pan or something, that's a throwaway. I'll drain it in there, and then when I'm done, I'll put it all back in the container that the new oil came in. But then once you drain it out, you just replace this plug and start to fill in from your fill plug until just when it's starting to come over the top there. So that'd be about 0.95 quarts on this particular unit. So once we get to that point, then we replace the other two plugs, torque them down to spec, and that's all there is to it. So this is something easy you can do yourself, and not have to worry about having the service dealer do it. Just make sure you document that you do all this, because if there's ever any question, you can say, yeah, I'm following the maintenance plan and everything that's followed by the hours and everything. So we're gonna knock this out real quick, and hopefully show you a little bit about what we're doing there. So it's not overly difficult. I don't know how easy this is going to be able to do one hand. It helps if I put it on loosen. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's not going to want to come off with one hand like that. I'm strong, but not that strong. Let me set the phone down. Oh, I've never had this happen. There we go. All right, so we got those loosened up. Those things are torqued down so good. This little wrench I have here right now doesn't want to, didn't want to take them off. So I had to get a little bit bigger. Fortunately, my torque wrench is bigger than that, and take it off, no problem. Set those down so they're out of the way. I always like to look at them and see, make sure there's nothing wrong with them. And now it's when the good stuff starts coming out. Not bad, doesn't look like there's a little bit of metal in there. Some of what you're seeing, I don't know if that's metal in it, you know, just from the break-in period, or might be some of the dirt coming off of where I didn't clean it off entirely. Well, I didn't think this through. I'm having to sit here and hold the pan now. So I got some help coming along the way. Need something to slide up under there, so it's gonna need to hold it, like a board or something. My son was standing back there and heard me say that. But as soon as it started filling up with oil, hey, we got something now. Not sure that's tall enough. We got junk laying all over the place, and as soon as I need something, we can't find anything that's the right size. So, but as soon as it started filling up with oil, it didn't want to hold up underneath the. Now we got something, and now we're cooking. Well, I'm not going to sit here and just let you watch it drain. That's kind of boring. So we'll let that finish draining out, and then we'll check back in. And all right, so we're getting ready to put the plugs back in. One of the things you want to look at first, you got these little O-rings on there. You want to make sure you take the clean oil and kind of re-lubricate that O-ring, and check your O-ring for damages to make sure there's nothing, no nicks or anything like that, because that's what's going to seal it up on there. All right, so that looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of the new, fresh, clean oil and get some on my finger, and I'm gonna lube that little O-ring up, and then we'll put it back in, tighten them down, and then we'll go back and tighten them to torque them to spec. So but for now, we're just going to put them all in, put the bottom one in, and start to fill up from the top one right here, and we'll get a film of that here in just a second. You know how to make it to have you started recording already?
Yes. You need me to stop?
Well, no, if you need to touch it to make sure that it's in focus right here. Make sure you're in focus on this area.
It's hard to see.
Well, that's why you press it and hold it down. It'll adjust the lighting on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is it better?
I can't tell. Still
Scoot
hard to
closer.
see.
Gotta get out of the sun. Or go over to that side.
You're not getting my leg in it, are you?
I don't know.
Ew, move that out of the way. All right, so we run it here in this top one, squeeze it in there until just when it starts to come out this middle one. And this is a 1 quart bottle, so it's going to take just about all of it, because you're about 0.95 quarts. There we go. That in, tighten it down just a hair. All right, a little bit more. Count for what come out. That's about 0.95. If I was smart, I would have put something down there so it didn't drip out on the track. Wipe that up. Do like we did the other ones. Put a little lubricant on the O-ring. We wiped those clean after you took them out from the old one. Put a little bit of lubricant on there. And be real careful not to cross thread it, because that would just suck. Alright, so now we just torque everything down to spec and it's done. Alright, so that's all there is to it. Alright, so I about forgot to show you this. You got to go in here after you do your maintenance on the thing, and as you can see, I just ran it for a little bit to clean up some mess in the yard at my wife's request. As soon as I got done, so you just scroll through the menu. I go to the maintenance part of it here, and here's where your buttons are, so you can scroll through or go back, hit enter. And so then what I had to do is go through the different maintenance. Well, that's not the one I wanted. It's not showing up now. Back up there. Enter. So then it shows you like engine oil. I'm at 102 hours on a 500 hour. The oil filter 102 hours at 500 hours, and so forth. So this one was the only one that popped up for the travel gear, for the break-in. And so scroll down through here. 500 hours is going to be a lot. So now it's at 0 hours of 1,000 because I had already reset it. But it did say 100 hours of 100 on there originally. And then what I did is I went in and I reset. There was a reset option right here. It allowed me to reset it. That's no longer highlighted, but it was right here, allowed me to reset it. It reset the hours and said, okay, now I'm at 0 hours of 1,000. So now I've got 1,000 hours until I have to hit the travel gear oil again. So once I did that, then I just went back to the main menu, and that's that. So that was a quick little just way to you go in and reset it in here. And this keeps, I don't even have to look. I do like this from Yanmar. It's got all the maintenance right in there for the hours. So and the thing was, there's a little information light right here, and that showed up blue and was flashing on here when I would start it up. So I knew as soon as I hit the 100 hour mark, the little blue light started flashing right there, and then it came up right here on the screen and said travel gear oil. So I knew I needed what I needed to do. So this little computer keeps it handy dandy. I don't even have to go and look in the owner's manual to see, what my schedule is. It keeps track of it for me. And then I just reset it. Once you do it, you reset it, boom, it's ready, and it tells you the next time you need to do it. So it tracks all of it for you. So it's fantastic. I love it. And I don't have to try to keep up with it like with my tractor. I have to keep tabs of that and look at the hour meter and say, okay, I'm at this many hours. What do I need to do? So hopefully that helps. And like I said, you can go ahead and do it yourself. and document it, like I'm saying, because if any question ever comes up with warranty, I've not had any experience with Yanmar, but I've had experience with other manufacturers, and if there's any way they can wiggle out of a warranty, they're going to wiggle out of a warranty. So you just got to be able to document that you're doing the maintenance on the prescribed schedule, and you know, you can demonstrate that, hey, I'm keeping this thing greased, I'm keeping it lubed, I'm keeping the oil changed, I'm doing the maintenance schedule as I'm supposed to. That way, if something happens, you know, boom, you got everything right there. It's documented, what you did and when you did it. So, all right, you guys have a good one.